Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Attorney Podcast, where we talk to women attorneys all over the U.S. who are simply amazing at what they do inside and outside of the legal field. As you'll know, we are celebrating my heritage by interviewing Haitian women attorneys who are at the height of their career. And our guest today is Patricia Elizee, the founder and managing partner of the Elizee Law Firm, PA, located in Miami, Florida. She is the former president of the Haitian Lawyers Association. In 2016, she was voted valedictorian of the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce's first top 20 under 40 class. And she currently serves as a board member of the chamber. In 2018, she was voted vice chair of the chamber's executive board. She was later appointed as the first non-Hispanic on the Hispanic Advisory Board of Miami-Dade County by Commissioner Jean Monestime. Ms. Elizee is a graduate of the prestigious Florida Bar Leadership Academy. She currently serves as the chair of the Immigration Committee of the Dade County Bar Association. Patricia's firm specializes in the areas of immigration and family law, and today we dive into what makes her one of the top attorneys and businesswomen in her field. Patricia, thank you so much for being here with me today as we celebrate Haitian Flag Day, which is in 2 days.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. We were just talking a little bit backstage, and as you said, I was actually going to ask you about Beatrice. We had Beatrice, Special Magistrate Beatrice Cazo. I want to give her all of her credentials. And we also had Nadine Jean-Pierre on here, which was really, really nice.
Yeah. Nadine Gideon. They're both Nadine Gideon. They're both amazing women.
We had another Jean-Pierre on here. That's why. I do apologize.
Okay.
Sorry, Nadine. I was telling her the whole time. It was like, it's so weird interviewing someone with my name because my middle name is also Nadine.
Okay.
Yeah. But today is about you. And, you have some really, really cool experiences that I want to talk about. And I love your website. Also, I went on there and it was like, look at me here and look at me there. It was popping up. I was like, okay. So, as I stated in my intro, you are in Miami-Dade, Florida. And of course, you're practicing family law and immigration law. What kind of prompted you to dive into the legal field and more specifically, these areas, because these are some pretty challenging areas, right?
They are actually. Thinking about it, immigration and family are both two very personal areas, right? So it's one thing if you make a mistake in a contract that you can go back and renegotiate or fix somehow, and you lose some money for your client. But it's another if you make a mistake on an immigration case and the client is impacted, or on their divorce, what gets more personal than what's going on in your family. So I think those areas kind of chose me. Something that I really do enjoy doing is walking someone through a problem. So in my experience in law school and also after, I was exposed to immigration law through the law clinic on campus. And I automatically really liked it. I was a Creole speaker, so they automatically put me in the immigration department in the clinic, helping the immigration clients that they had with their immigration cases. And I fell in love with it. And once I graduated and I opened up my firm, I really enjoyed my family law class in law school. And I thought, well, especially in South Florida, immigration and family are two areas that kind of go hand in hand. How about I start there? And when I first opened up my practice 10 years ago, believe it or not, because we opened in 2012. Wow. Yeah, 10 years ago this year. Thank you. It was really 50-50. It was 50% family law and 50% immigration. And as we've grown, our immigration practice has just naturally evolved and has become the majority of my practice at this point.
Okay. Yeah. And that actually would make sense. I think, as tension rises, as immigration issues rises, you tend to see kind of a spike, in immigration matters. Now, as far as, divorce and immigration being special areas, I think that is really true. I think they're some of the two most emotionally, um, I want to say emotionally combustible, but not immigration, not more so family law than anything. But I think you tend to take them a little bit more personal, right?
Right.
Because I think, at least for me, and I'm not a business attorney, but I think it's easier to resonate more with a divorce or custody or whatever in an immigration, depending on who you are and what kind of practice that you set up. So my next question to you is, what made you decide against going towards a 100% immigration firm versus doing both?
That's a really good question because I've contemplated that a few times. And whenever I'm about to make the switch, there's a family law client or there's an experience I have in a family case that makes me reevaluate and think, okay, I'm making such a big difference in these family cases that I just can't walk away from doing that service. And it can be hard. It can be really hard because with family cases, you tend to really give more of yourself. And especially for our community, they have a hard time understanding family law and why the law is a certain way. With immigration, my practice in immigration has grown towards the business immigration side, which is not common for a lot of immigration attorneys that are Haitian, especially here in South Florida. So we were talking earlier about the fact that it's Haitian Heritage Month and we're celebrating and the Haitian Flag Day. Well, this past weekend was the Haitian Compa Fest in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Which was their 24th anniversary. It was a 2-day celebration. They had all of these events that coincided with it, and it was great. And I have to say, it was a real delight for me to see that a lot of the performers on stage were my clients.
What?
And that was so special for me because I've really, it started with one band and then referrals. And now our firm, we're doing a lot of these P3 visas, which is music and music for culturally unique bands and to get their visas to be able to come in. And it was so awesome to see that we were able to help these bands have access to the US market. Especially right now, it's just so hard. I enjoy this work, and physically being there, watching them perform and celebrating our culture and knowing that I had a small part in actually getting them on that stage was amazing. That was probably one of the highlights of my career thus far, is being at the festival and every other band being like, Kloop, that's my client. Kloop, that's my client.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm just going out on a limb here.
Sure.
Does it get emotional for you? Because I don't know if I'm feeling that or if it's just me, but.
It does in a sense, because for me, at least, I feel like if we could just have access, right, that we could just go so far. And it could be access to the right people or just access to competing in the market. And a lot of Haitians, we just don't have that, or we don't have the ability to get that. So imagine someone who's super talented and they can't get access to pursuing their career or their dreams.
Yeah. Beatrice and I actually talked about that. And, we talked about just how, and I know, I'm sure you've had the same conversations with her too, where for some reason, whether it's a certain culture or a certain gender, kind of puts it in their mind that either they don't have the resources, they don't belong, and they just don't try, and it's kind of this like almost defeatist type of attitude, because I don't think society does a really good job of kind of making and helping people realize that they're just more capable than they realize, right? And I think, you get a lot of that from maybe social media. So like if you're on TikTok and if, you like one, personal development thing, your whole feed is going to be personal development, right? So imagine if our communities were like social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hook up with one person who can help you get into that door that you thought was closed, like it'll just be, 15,000 other people that you can find that can do the same thing. But ultimately, it's not, right? And you have to kind of be at the right place at the right time and kind of push yourself to do the things that you otherwise would not do. And I think that's also something that we, us humans, for when we're kids, we'll jump up and fall down a million times. But as adults, we don't do that. The moment we fall, we're like, nope, not trying again. So it's like a culmination of so many different things, but it all boils down to, how do I get access? What do I do? How do we do it? And of course, seeing people who have done it is important, and having, the ability to reach out to them. So I think, you and other attorneys that I've interviewed have done an amazing job of kind of just letting people know you exist, and people can reach out and say, hey, Patricia, I need this and I need that. And you have the resources so you can connect them. So that brings me to, my next question. When you were opening your law firm, did you have any issues with resources and maybe finding mentors and people that can kind of just take your career where you wanted it to be in such a short period of time?
Thankfully, no. When I was opening my law firm, it was after graduating from law school, coming back to Miami from doing an LLM in Seattle, of all places, because I graduated in 2010, right after the earthquake. And it was my dream to be involved in the international development of Haiti as a U.S. attorney. So I went to University of Washington, got my LLM in international sustainable development, and tried to find a job in Haiti with the development field. So that didn't work out. Moved back to Miami, and I started doing immigration at a nonprofit, helping Haitian women that were victims of domestic violence. So once I was done with that experience, I started interviewing for firms, but my parents are actual entrepreneurs, so they have their own business. And I've always I grew up around people speaking business at the dinner table. So it was just natural for me at the time to say, you know what, I'm young and I don't have any kids, I'm not married, I'm not tied. I really want to take this big risk. And this is the time for me to take it. And 10 years later, here I am.
I know.
But, I definitely have to thank my family for their support, but also the legal community, because I got involved with the Haitian Lawyers Association. I got involved with the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and I was able to make relationships. And I had people there that were willing to take my call and answer a question. And I did all of the CLEs, and I got involved, and I did all of the public service work and the clinics going out and helping. So slowly but surely, I was able to build my skills in the business, and we're still going.
And you're clearly doing something right, because you've done a lot of really amazing work in your community, especially with HLA. I've probably had three, you're probably my third or fourth person who's been a member of HLA. It's really cool. I've kind of been stalking you guys online for like 2 years. I'm always paying attention. I actually said to my mom, I was like, oh my gosh, HLA is having an event. And I think it was this past June. I don't remember the event. And I said to Mom, I was like, Mom, do you want to go? I was like, I don't want to go alone. And she's like, yeah, I do. But what about my surgery coming up? And I'm like, oh, but I really, she had surgery in April, but I really, really wanted to go. And I'm like, I'm just going to show up. I'm not even a member. Who is this person? But it's such an amazing group, and you guys do really, really awesome things. I like the Facebook and I follow it. It's on my feed. I get notifications every day.
Awesome.
You guys had a banquet some time ago, and it was beautiful. Like everyone was dressed up and it was pretty. It's nice. You guys do a lot of really, really amazing work. So that was my little fangirl inside.
I'm
Um,
really thankful to HLA. My experience with them was great, and they continue to do amazing work. Nadine, as you know now, is the president of the association, and she's going to be taking it even to the next level. I can't wait to see what they do next.
yeah, I can't either. I'm definitely watching. I'm thinking about joining, but as you,
You should. You should definitely join.
I
We'd love
know
to have you.
I am a solo. So as you know, my schedule is packed. For June, I put on my calendar, I blocked off the entire month of June because I just can't handle any more appointments. And I put no appointments, I need a break. So that's how bad things are. And I know that if I want to participate in another organization, I want to actually participate.
Right.
One of the things I don't want to do is just be part of the organization just to say that I'm a part,
Mhm.
right? I don't like that. So I will be joining, just not this year. When does the enrollment year start? Is it rolling or
Rolling. You
is
can join
rolling?
at any point. Yep.
Okay, okay. We'll do that. As far as you enjoying family law class, you enjoyed that. Oh my gosh.
I did.
So you enjoy
I did
practicing family
actually.
law?
I do. When the clients listen.
Oh, okay.
And when you have an opposing counsel that actually cares about what happens to this family once we're done, then yes.
Yeah. I was literally just having a conversation with a client, and I talked to you a little bit about it, and I said, I actually care about this case. You know, we don't take these cases just because we have nothing to do.
Right.
We actually believe in your cause. So I think that it's tough to get family law clients to listen. And please tell me if I'm wrong, because their emotions are all over the place.
Right. So they say that a family client is a good person at their worst. You get to see them at their worst in a family law case, right? So they're kind of focused on getting back at the other person or winning,
Right.
or what's being said about them, and not necessarily, okay, let's focus on about what's going to happen once this is over, right? Let's get you to a place where you're able to co-parent, or let's get you a place where you have that peace of mind. Or I don't, sure, we can fight about this, and we can fight about something that doesn't make sense. It's going to cost you X amount to fight, or you can resolve it right now.
I tell them, I said, would you rather pay for my kid to go to college or yours?
That's a really good sign. Yeah, that's a really good line.
Which one would you rather pay for? I'd rather you pay for your own kid.
Right.
Because for me, it's get in, get out. Just get in, get out. I don't need to drag this on for a year.
Yeah.
One of the things I think clients need to realize is your kid is paying, or children, they're paying attention. They're not necessarily, huh? Oh, I can't hear you. Uh-oh, we've lost her. Technical difficulties when you go live.
How about now?
Yay!
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
My headset died. It's so hard to find a good headset that you really like.
I don't use a headset because they're just I don't want something over my hair and all that. So you might want to invest in, we have, it's like a mic, and it's actually a USB mic. So you might want to look into that. Yeah, there's some that can, take away any background noise or anything like that. Do you have any specific trial rituals that you participate in when you're doing? I know some people, they they listen to a type of music, or they eat a type of food. What is your daily ritual like, and how do you essentially take care of yourself and prepare yourself for being everything to your clients in their moments of need?
It's funny that you say music, because I do listen a lot to music when I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps me, it blocks everything out. Some people are not able to focus when they have noise,
Yes.
but if I have the right music. So I really love compa. I love Haitian music. And I gotta keep going back. Yeah, I'll just put one of my clients, for example, and I'll just listen to their song. It calms me down.
Aww.
I'm able to focus and feel like I'm okay. doing something positive. I'm like, okay, like getting in the mood to focus. So listening to music definitely helps. This past year has been pretty tough, and it's been tough for a lot of small businesses, especially solo attorneys, when it comes to having staff and running your business. So I really had to think outside the box, going virtual and hiring people that you're not seeing in person, or people that are overseas. So just being creative and figuring out how to solve problems that you just can't, that keep you from doing great work, right? So for example, I have a good number of Haitian clients and potential clients that called, and I needed a really good Creole speaking assistant. And for one reason or another, I wasn't able to find a good person to work for me in Miami. So I ended up hiring someone that works virtually for me from Haiti.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it works.
That is actually amazing. Do your clients, and we talked about this a little bit, I was saying that, you know, I was born in Haiti and so were you, but you came here at 9. I came here when I was about 2 years old. And my Creole is probably nothing like yours. But you were saying that sometimes your clients, like, you think you speak good, you know, good Creole, and then you meet a client that's like,
I have to apologize and say, you know, we can have the conversation, but just to kind of break the ice, I'm like, listen, I'm a diaspora, and I understand that my Creole can be a little.
Oh my God. Please explain to people what a diaspora is, because I'm not going to let you slide on that.
Diaspora, like a diaspora, right? Like someone who's living outside of their country and who's been raised
for a really long time.
Right. So I mean, I went to school in Haiti up until I was 9 years old. You know, French was my first language.
How was school in Haiti? So you, and please forgive me, so you did your primaire in Haiti? Yes. Yeah, I got it right. Yes. Because I know nothing about school in my own country, which is so sad.
Yeah, I was in Catholic school in Haiti. I was at Saint Louis in Haiti. I came here when I was 9 years old, and I spoke some English because we had, you know, TV at the house in English. I remember, so I understood the language, and I just remember going to school and being like, what is going on with all these kids, and why are they so rowdy? And I don't understand why they're talking back to the teacher. And let me just sit and like sit and
yeah, because they can't do that. I remember when I was in I don't remember, but I was in some either class or after school, and I went to an after school where the name of the owner, I think, was like Belize, total, you know, I don't want to say dictator, but he was like strict, like super strict. And I remember they had the sticks. This was back when you could beat other people's children. And they had like those sticks, and they had like little grooves in them. And if you didn't listen, you'd get hit. So I'm actually on the same path as you. I'm like, wait, who are you talking back to? Like, no, don't talk back to them, you know? But yeah, it's different. Kids in the US, they just say whatever they want.
The English took over, and I just became a lot more comfortable in English, and now I think in English, and for me to speak French is a little harder. I still speak it, but not as well as I think I should. And I speak Creole, but it's not the bonjour Creole peuple like they would say. But I manage.
Do you use the correct conjugations? So sometimes, like, I'll mess with my family and I'll be like, you know, like I'll say la pot or le pot or something.
Yeah. And then you get corrected mid-sentence. You're like, well, you know what? Let me just speak to you in English.
Yeah. The other day I was trying to tell my mom something about analyzing. I was like, analyze, like I didn't, and I was like, you know, analysis, analyze. She's like, Nadine, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know I got it right. You know, sometimes you just don't know. You know, some of our conjugations are a little crazy. So talk to us about being the first Hispanic to join the Hispanic Advisory Board. That is so amazing.
The first
non-Hispanic.
This was a few years ago. So Miami-Dade County has an advisory board. They have a few advisory boards, and one of them is the Hispanic Advisory Board for Miami-Dade County. And I was actually recruited by a member of Jean Monestime's team to join this group, and it was quite interesting because I was the only Black person, and I was the only non-Hispanic in the room full of Hispanic attorneys, business people, advocates, just talking about how we can help the Hispanic community in Miami-Dade. And I enjoyed it because the people were great. They were very welcoming. It was a great experience. And I think they also enjoyed just having someone else's perspective on the issues that we're dealing with.
And I think that many boards around the country, around the world could, benefit from that.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is amazing. Did at any point in time, did they make you feel as though, you were welcome anytime if you wanted to rejoin?
Of course, yeah. Unfortunately, as our time is limited, and being involved, like, you want to help, right? You want to be involved in everything and you want to participate, but the priority has to be work. You have clients to tend to, you have, research to do, you have to run payroll, you just have to manage the business. So you kind of have to limit your involvement in the community.
Yeah, I mean, being the attorney and the business owner is just two different things. It just really, really is. And, we don't prepare ourselves for that. And then when we get in, we're like, oh, okay, I have to be 14 different people all the time. Okay. So speaking of which, like, how do you maintain your, energy and all that? Like, do you have any, special things?
To be honest, what helps me the most to stay sane is probably spending quality time with my husband.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, no, I get that. The people you love recharge you.
Yeah.
Right. And it helps you to keep going, especially when you have a good, unit behind you to just, keep pushing and pushing. So that's so cute.
Yeah.
Before I don't want to monopolize your time too much, but before I let you go, I always ask people this. If you can leave an impact in your community, on your family and on your friends, what would you like for that to be?
Wow. The first thing that comes to mind is going back to making sure that people have access and a helping hand, right? So when it comes to the Haitian community, especially Haitians in Haiti, they don't have a lot of resources, and it can be really hard for them to even get the right information on how to have access to the U.S. for business or work, or to be reunited with their families. So having an opportunity to work with Haitians in Haiti, especially my musicians, I just have a soft spot for them because, like, music is just so important in any culture, especially the Haitian culture. And we have compa, we have rabodai, we have racine. We have so many different kinds of music for, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. We're just so rich culture-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to help people who are the back of that culture have access to the US market, and from there to expand, I think is amazing. Like, I really do enjoy that. And when it comes to family and friends, I think a lot of attorneys, like, we tend to be analytical, right? So I just like the fact that I can be a resource when it comes to, okay, let's analyze a situation and let's come up with the different options that you have so that you can make the right decision for you moving forward. Because that's really what we do.
Yeah.
Right? There's a problem, we analyze it, we give you solution, like options, and then we help you make a choice and we move forward. And there's no guarantee at any point.
Yeah. And sometimes our clients don't listen. They don't listen to anything. We say ABC, they're like, I'm going to go with Z. Like, that's not even an option, but okay. As far as the three areas of music, I didn't even know about the other two. What is Raboday and Racine? Well, no, I think Racine is more so Boukman experience.
Yes. So that's going to be tied to the music of the voodoo religion.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be like Lam, for example.
Okay. And what about so
you have to know, you have to know Raboday.
So don't fault me for this. I don't listen to a lot of Haitian music. I'm actually old school Haitian music fan. No. I am I'm still listening to 1998 Carnaval, Sweet Mickey. What's the other one? Gosh, I don't remember his name. There's so many, but I'm still listening to 1998 Haitian music. Oh, no, that's not my thing. It's too chaotic.
There's a remix who's a very popular Raboday DJ.
Okay. I mean, I'll check it out and see, but I am more so of an old school Sweet Mickey, old school.
So that's compa.
Yeah, I like compa. I like to dance.
So Raboday is a mix of different kinds of music, like a little African music, electronic music, Haitian music, and it's now one of the most popular kinds of music in Haiti. You cannot go to a Haitian party without having Raboday music.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm making notes. I always make notes, but I'm definitely going to check it out and see if I can find some artists that I really like. But I legitimately am still listening to 1998 Haitian music.
Oh, so you don't listen to Impossible? Girl.
Yeah, I know. Like, I am the, what is it, Kassav type person. Yeah. Like, that's old. That is old.
You'll enjoy Impossible. They're a newer band. They have a fresh sound.
Okay.
And they're compa.
Okay. Yeah, I like Sweet Mickey's Chaos. He's also my dad's favorite. So I just love it. I just love the craziness. Like, he is like the Kanye of Haiti, and it's just like, how are you still alive, dude? But anyway, I'm sure we can talk about music. I love music just the same way that you do. As much as I want to keep you here and talk about all the crazy artists, but please do me a favor. Can you send Camille and I, actually Camille, because you have her email, but if you can send her a list of artists that you work with, I would love to check out their music. And definitely support where I can, I wonder if your artists will be at the Haitian Flag Day parade in New York. Well, it's not a parade, but they shut down a section.
A lot of them will be. So
wow.
Like Woody Woodboy, do you know who that is?
No, my sister probably does, not me. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Woody's gonna be there. Impossible should be there. I'll send you the list. Jack Wood's gonna be there, I'm sure.
Oh, I love Jack Wood.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, I love them. I'm literally the type that's like, oh, what are the kids listening to nowadays? I don't like this. Everything that I listen to is like 95% of what I listen to is like old school everything, whether it's Haitian music or not. It just is. Yeah.
Okay.
I like music that I like, but I'll check out yours. And I'll send you an email.
I love her.
Yes, that's awesome. I would love to see that. But with that said, if clients want to reach out to you and they want to, work with you or just get to know you a little bit better, what's the best method of communication?
Just going online. If you put Elizee Law Firm, ELIZEE, Then you'll get our website, you'll get our Instagram page, and from there they can just inquire. They could book their appointment online, and we can have a consultation via video or phone, and I'll help them. And we have clients from all over. We have a lot of clients in Haiti that we do consults from Miami virtually. We have clients in Africa. We have clients in Europe. So anywhere around the world, we'll be able to help you.
Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you do immigration law, man.
Yep.
You just have clients all over the world. And I know you have the LLM in international development, and I lied when I said I was going to let you leave. But that is a crazy area.
Yes.
That is, it's tough. It's a very tough area. So congratulations to you for getting through that program. I think the LLM is rigorous enough, but when you throw international law and policy in that, it's like, so hopefully you get to do that kind of work one day. You just never know where life takes you.
Exactly. Pleasure to meet you and speak to you. Thank you.
Same here. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm enjoying the fact that I'm going to get some new music. I'm always looking for new stuff to listen to. So this might make it to the iTunes playlist. Patricia, thank you so much for being here with us today and celebrating, 2 days before our Haitian Flag Day, where we get to listen to our music and act a fool, and, and from New York to Cali to Miami to anywhere, right? And thank you again. My name is Marie-Eve Nadine Jean Baptiste. I am the owner and CEO of the St. Eve Law, the St. Eve Law Firm. I do this so much and I'm forgetting the name of my firm. Let's start over. I'm Marie-Eve Nadine Jean Baptiste, owner and CEO of the St. Eve Law Firm located here in Towson, Maryland. Thank you again, everybody. Please follow, like, and subscribe. We're on all social media, as is the Elizee Law Firm. And you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.